possibly the worst way to start. That's possibly the worst intro. But it's 2020, baby. And we're not looking back. Because I have 2020 visions. Hate that shit. Someone at work said that to a customer. And I've never physically, like, my body just tensed up. Like, my arms started to sort of, like, my shoulders fall back into my body. And they become really close to my sides. And I started like, getting a little shake, my twitch. And then the manager's like, "Oh, you okay, Finch?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine." Because I have normal eyesight. But she has 20/20 vision. See, I quit. Yeah, welcome. Back to the podcast. I dipped my toes in last year, but this is hunting season, ladies and gentlemen. This is hunting season, 2020, podcast Sundays. I mean, let's get it. I predict by at least 4 months from now, be knocking on Joe Rogan's door. That's a goal, and you got to have big goals, but that's probably not big enough. But anyway, start the season. Recently, I've been getting into back into swimming, and yeah, who doesn't love a good swim, you know? Used to, you know, I feel like it's everyone's natural progression. You know, you start when you're a young fella in the speedos, and then as you get a bit older, you might move to those sort of, especially if you do like competitive swimming, you kind of move to them like the like skins type, you know, shorts, and then as you get older, you move into the boardies. And then even as you get older, you might then move down to the footy shorts. You know, just so everyone knows, you're an athlete. Grade 4, doesn't matter. You're still an athlete, king. So you have that. And then as you get older, the wave now is the budgies. The budgie smugglers. I mean, what a wave. And let me tell you, I'm on it. I'm surfing that thing. All right? But I was not anticipating how goddamn nerve-wracking that is that first time. You know, I'm pretty comfortable in my own skin. And, like, wearing them in the house, you know, I look in the mirror and I go, that looks alright, that's pretty good. But wearing them in public, whew, I put it off. Because the way I look at it, to wear budgies, there's only two type of people. Arguably three. There's three type of people, and that's it. You either have number one, you got to be like really jacked, like a real like professional football player. You know, professional athletes wear them. You got to be like that level of build, and you can wear them, and it's cool. Or you have to be the opposite end of the section. Really let yourself go. If you've really let yourself go, you're perfect for budgies. I mean, they're at your door. They literally have a competition for the most ordinary rig. Like, those are the two markets. And then the third, don't wear budgie smugglers, the brand. They wear, still in the Speedos, and those are old men. Just old men. If you're anywhere in between, it's sort of, you're in limbo. Do you know what I mean? You're in limbo. So I ended up, it took me about 4 months. 4 months to build up the courage to wear them. That's the type of limbo I was in, right? So I go into the pool, and I walked there, and I had them on. Well, actually, I got them changed. And these things, they're skimpy. Let me tell you, they were skimpy. You know, I figured, they'd just be the same as me undies, you know, not too bad, but they're tiny. They're quite small, and I'm a thick bitch, you know. Like, I just am. Like, I have got a lot of it's a lot of power back there. So, like, keeping everything in is a real concern, you know. It's a real concern. And, like, coming down from sort of, like, the waist, they're about that, they're, like, that long, you know, down the slope. They're, like, that long. So I've only got that much to play with. And so I fiddle around the bathroom, whatever, I put it in. I'm like, I'm okay with this. And then I go out there, and oh my god, I was terrified. Let me tell you, I was bloody terrified, and you could see it. Because I'm like, what do I take off first? Do I take my shorts off? Play around, like make sure they're as long as physically possible and covering as much as possible, and then take my shirt off, or do it the opposite way around? And I was like, I don't know. And then I was like, oh, okay. But then I tried to put my bag tactically as close to the water as possible, because I just I don't want to be seen in them, but like I need to get that confidence, because it was just such a thing. And it was so dumb, because like it's still covered, like you can't see, the goods, the 3-piece set, but there wasn't much protecting it. And I got passion fruits. I didn't want to get just some boring one. I got passion fruits. So and I ended up, I was sitting next to this very attractive woman. Ended up like putting her bag like right next to mine, and that made me even more nervous, because I'm like, oh shit, do I want to see in all this? Like I do, but also I was just scared my ass was going to fall out, if I'm being honest. So then I basically took it off, and then after like 5 minutes building the confidence up with my shorts on, with my bag, I then took them off and like quickly basically just slid into the pool. Like just sat straight down in the pool, because you can't dive. So I was like, I'm straight in. And then I did my laps or whatever, and I could just feel it in the back of my mind. I'm like, oh, I'm very buoyant, and it was just throwing me off. And then when I finished, a more attractive women were sitting like next to my stuff, and I was like, oh shit, because I have to get out of the pool. And I sat at the edge of the pool for like a good minute, just like weighing up, when do I go for it? Like, when do I get up and get to my towel as quick as I can? Because I just felt weird walking from there, no towel, whatever, just to the bathroom, because it's quite a walk. It's good, 25, 30 meters. That felt like bloody 20 kilometers. And you just feel like everyone's staring at you, but really no one is. But that's all because I'm in that limbo. I don't fit the categories. I'm not at the top, and I'm not at the bottom, and I'm not an old man, So it was nerve-wracking. So I ended up rushing out. I tried to get it as she was like looking at her phone. I like basically sprint over, towel straight around, and then go to the bathroom. And then the bathroom, it's fine, because, the bloke next to me, he's got his whole dick out. So yeah, there's that. But yeah, it was all right. It was good. Because then the second time I went a couple days later, confidence was up. I was nervous in the way there. I was nervous in the way in the pool, but the way out, I was very confident. I was next to a whole group, about 6 girls, and yeah, I was in my element then. It's all about taking that first step. That's 2020 for you. It's about taking that first step. I was there, spread out like a bloody ostrich, if you could believe it. If you can believe ostriches spread out, that's what I was doing. Yeah, it felt good. And then I went a couple of days ago as well. I went again. And yeah, no dramas. Yeah. But another thing I noticed that was kind of weird, and I'm a straight man, so it's even weird. It might be weird saying it, but you need an ass to wear budgies. I do wholeheartedly believe in my past life I was a black woman. That's just the way she's built back there. A lot of power, let me tell you. And anyway, you've seen all these dudes, and if you got no ass, it just looks weird because it sags at the bottom. Like, it just doesn't look right. You got to get a lot of sizes too small if you're a flat guy. Like, I'm not intentionally staring, but it catches the corner of your eye, and you're like, what's that sagging thing? And you go, oh, maybe it's skin. And you go, oh no, it's just the Speedos. Mate, you just do some squats, please. Aesthetically, it'll just look way better, But I guess the biggest thing that this whole Budgy Smuggler adventure has taught me is that I now have such a newfound respect for the girls that wear basically thongs to the beach. Like, it's just everything's on display. Nothing's left to the imagination. And you used to think that, wow, you see them on Instagram and stuff, and you go, wow, that is just You got nothing to offer. And that's probably true. I still stand by that. You've not got much to offer, most likely. But that's brave. It's braver than I thought. I'm covered everything. But it doesn't feel like it. It doesn't feel like it. Newfound respect, ladies. A newfound respect. Good on yous. Good bloody on yous. Alright, another thing, very topical. Our Prime Minister, the fires. The whole country is basically on fires. And I just think this Scomo, Mr. Prime Minister, he's just been hard done by, guys. We really have to lay off him, okay? Because at the end of the day, what more can he do? He prayed. He has prayed. And that, you show me proof that every single night, he is not in home, at church, wherever, praying to the one above. And it's going to happen. What more can he physically do? Of course, he could provide more funding. That would be just easy. And you know what? It's too late. He could, actually help and try and, have a good image by actually helping communities and offering support of whatever means necessary. But we are all forgetting he's prayed. What more can he do? You're expecting too much for him. He's prayed. And also, another thing is, that's kind of all. But I think that we're just blowing our proportion. He's prayed, guys. We just, it's more than I've done. I have donated and, tried offering support. But I haven't prayed. And I think that's what's letting us down, guys. So, my hands up. But as I've said, this is 2020. Alright? And that means I'm taking it up a notch. I've introduced a new segment. And it's going to sound dumb because I've pretty much already done it. But I'm getting mad. I'm getting mad. I'm getting mad! I'm getting mad, baby. Welcome to the segment where it's meant to be a dedicated rant on a topic that I, Finton Smith, am getting, in fact, a little bit mad. And the whole episode kind of seems like that, but that's neither here nor there. Alright, what I'm getting mad about today, and I don't even know why, I've started thinking about it very heavily the last couple of days. How dumb is people that get multi-million-dollar modeling contracts, or frankly, any sort of fame, notoriety, any sort of publicity off of, get this, I'm not exaggerating, get this, off of an attractive mugshot. Oh my god. I'm mad. I was getting mad, and you know what? I've reached it. If the train was leaving the station, whoa, good thing we're in Japan, because this thing is turbo speed, and I've already reached their stop. I've reached my destination in a matter of seconds, because I am so... They're in jail! Oh, they're in jail. They're in jail. And the crime always gets glossed over. Frankly, these people could murder someone. They could be a child molester. But hey, they cut angles well, light favors them, and they took an attractive mugshot. Whoa. I think we need to overlook everything that they've done and everything that's led them to this position, because clearly, if we're being real, they're not got a whole lot to offer, and that's so obvious. And you know how that's so obvious? Because they're in jail. They're in jail. So they've probably not got a whole lot going on. But hey, that jawline, oh, you could cut butter on that thing. That is sharp, my friend. Ooh, you got those nice little face tattoos that really are the dumbest thing I've ever seen. But hey, I guess that's the world we live in. Ooh, you know what, champ? We're going to bail you out. We're going to ignore the past. Hey, you weren't even in jail in our eyes. In our eyes, you were just in training. You were in Paris, France, training for this. Here's a multi-million-dollar modeling contract with GQ. Merry Christmas. I'm done being mad. I am done being mad. I am at peace. Okay. Another thing. I've been working a lot recently, right? And I don't know if I want to say where I work, but let's just say it's it's a supermarket, right? And you get a lot of, well, obviously, you get a lot of customer interactions. It's retail. It's retail, baby. And, oh my goodness, some people are just the worst. They're just the worst. And I don't understand. There's so many things wrong with them. For one, if you work in retail, any form, any level, you'll very, very, very quickly realize people do not care if it's not their stuff. If it's not their stuff, they don't care. And that's cool, that's whatever. Well, it's not cool, but okay. You know? They're the type of people that would make a movie called Cats, where you make humans look like cats, but you don't make cats that... You know what? Forget the work stuff. Cats. 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 I don't know. It flopped. Because of course it did. Why did people not think it was going to flop? I cannot understand. How do you... I want that job. How do you get the job where you get to green light movies like that? Green light and red light movies. Because, oh my God, if someone ever, even just in conversation, ever come up to me and said, hey, let's make a movie, and it's going to be humans, famous humans, that are cats, but they look like humans, but they've just got fur on them. And, like, you see everything, and they've just got fur on them. So they're like cats, but they're not really cats, because what I'm expecting, when I think of cats, is, like, Garfield. I'm expecting Garfield. But no, you're not getting Garfield. You're getting humans just with fur on them. And there's going to be a lot of singing and really uncomfortable, heavily sexual, like nature-focused scenes. And you're really not going to know what to do with him because it's a cat and cats do that stuff. But it's Judi Dench. So it's kind of weird. You know what I mean? It's kind of weird. But okay, that's cool. That's whatever. That's fine. But it's not. It's really not. And if anyone ever gave me that proposal, that pitch, I would say, thank you very much, sir. You're going to jail. You're going to jail. But hey, you got a nice jawline. I cannot lie. So you're probably going to get a modeling contract out of it. It's just dumb. So, of course it flopped. Because of course it did. Oh, and don't forget, it's a musical. So these human-cat hybrid weird things are singing. And it's meant to be sexy, but they're cats. I don't like where we're heading very early 2020. I'm not liking where we're heading. Thank you, guys. That sums up episode 1 of season 2, Time Waster. I'm your host, Fitness Smith. Thank you for listening. Have a wonderful evening.